My last stream was stopped when YouTube said I was streaming copyrighted material, and so this live stream has been stopped. I wasn't streaming any copyrighted material. I was just talking about my naked breasts. What kind of bullshit is that? There was no copyrighted material at all in there. That means there's nothing except just me talking. How is that copyrighted material? There's no music playing. What the fuck? YouTube? Anyway, things seem to go more smoothly when I disable monetization on my live streams, so I just started disabling it. God damn it, YouTube, what the hell? YouTube said, we've detected copyrighted material in this live stream and we're shutting it down. Because there wasn't any copyrighted material in it. That's bullshit. I was just talking. There was no music playing. There was nothing. So I don't know what the fuck is wrong with that, you know? But I disabled monetization. Hopefully that'll work better. I want to go camp fishing today. Camp fishing with Rachel, but she's asleep right now. We made up. We had a little spat before, and you know, as is typically the case when Rachel and I have any kind of little spat, we just need to fuck it out. This was just like 5 minutes ago that this copyright thing happened. That's just like 5 minutes ago. Seriously. I started a live chat. It lasted about 5 minutes, and then I got shut down by the copyright thing. YouTube said that live stream I was doing, that I was live streaming copyrighted material, and they shut it down 5 minutes in. So then I decided to put on a shirt. Because I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not. Fate Wind was in here objectifying me, and then all of a sudden it ended. It's like, YouTube, I did not have anything going in there. No copyrighted material at all. I wasn't streaming any copyrighted material. That's my point. But I am about to do an exciting unboxing video. What? I got another present from Winston's mom. My dad's busy outside doing stuff. So, let me get my Kniffy right here. Rachel and I are fine after our earlier little spat there. Still crawling in our meaningless existence. I mean, I don't feel like I'm crawling. I would say I'm walking. Sometimes jogging. Sometimes a brisk jaunt. Let's see what's in this box. Oh, yeah. This box is sexy. Cloud, you got a whole live stream devoted towards you yesterday. It's a hat. It's another hat. This one, I think I like a little better. It's a little less rainbow. Plus my ears are red, which I like. Thank you, Winston's mom. It's very fetching, I must say. Plus, I've got paws. Thank you. I appreciate it. Your theme is the hero's journey, right? I go from rainbow to brown in the hero's journey. Um, yeah. Rachel and I are gonna have some sort of weirdly scripted furry sex or something wearing these two hats. You're stuck at the death rebirth part for way too long? You're dying? What are you dying of? Boredom? Yeah, Eric's a bear. I will agree, Winston's mom, that being a bear is preferable in the winter in general because it's a little colder. You get to hibernate. But still great hats, thank you. I very much appreciate it. And I am still planning on doing a camping trip here today, probably once Richard gets up, if we feel thusly motivated. I enjoyed that typing session yesterday. That's not a that's a very unusual situation where you have an ENTJ who insists for some reason that they're an INTP. You know, it's like I haven't seen that before. ENTJs they usually come in and they're relatively convinced that that they're ENTJs already and they just want confirmation. That's very unusual. He was such an ENTJ, right? I mean, it was a little surprising. Like, how can you be so convinced you're an INTP? But you know, it really does drive home for me the point that SI is a critical component in being an INTP too. It's one of the ways in which INTPs are smarter than ENTPs. They can keep shit in their head longer. They're just better at remembering, you know? And so there's a lot of kinds of problems in life that you're served really well from having a really good memory or being able to remember abstract stuff quickly and so forth, and being able to remember shit word for word. But yeah, he was such an ENTJ. And I mean, he looks like he's got a good life, right? He's sort of ignoring this beautiful life he set up for himself with this fully stocked bar behind him and this nice little room of like his ENTJ sitting room, whatever. Can Krishna Sarmapagu? Well, everything worked out. It turned out basically Rachel and I just needed to stop posturing and fuck it out, you know? It was fantastic. It's always a great solution. The solution I know I enjoy, and I think it's fair to say Rachel enjoys as well. So now we talk about Gamma Quadra. That's your SFPs and your NTJs. So I gotta say, that last live stream when I came in here, I talked to Can Krishna Sarmapagu and emailed Anthrax and Lantern-esque, in particular those three, but I think there's another INFJ in there. The INFJs really helped me process that whole shit and realize that quadras are about from socionics. They're from socionics. It's basically, it just says all the types like INTP, ENTP, ESFJ, ISFJ, they all have the same 4 front stack functions in different orders, so that's called alpha quadra. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta is just, arbitrary designations, not meaning alpha like alpha male or something. Right. Same with INFJs. And that's exactly what Rachel and I thought about, really, was the INFJ's tendency to sometimes prioritize the universal when it's not relevant because the only thing that matters is the particular. So it's like, what matters about this relationship or any relationship is specific to that relationship. It's like, it might be the case that ENTPs in general cause a problem in relationships because of but if that's not something that is specific to me, then it's irrelevant, right? NFP STJs are the kindest people. Probably. You can always tell when there's a typology community YouTuber who's gotten burned by some particular type, and then they start railing on, like, the problem is INFJs are so many, or ESTPs are so many. I used to do ESTPs. He seems to sort of hate his ENFP daughter from how he talked about her and his INFJ son. I mean, beta quadra are the most imperious. That certainly can manifest as intimidating. But yeah, they're the most imperious. That's the right word for beta quadra. Rather than exactly intimidating or domineering or whatever other word you might come with. The exact proper word for beta quadra is imperious. Which is cool, I like imperial things. Yeah, Google it. It means, as per the emperor, basically. Maybe the best synonym for it would be aristocratic. There's a nobility thing about them, Alpha quadras are not imperious. Alpha quadra, we're I don't know what the best adjective would be. Yeah, well, that's part of being imperious as well. This is not good enough for the queen, right? I don't know what the best adjective for alpha quadra would be, except maybe warm. Alpha quadra is the warmest quadra, I think. The most friendly quadra. The most egalitarian. But that's not always a good thing, obviously. Sometimes it's better to be imperious. My friend Taylor, ESTP, when I was doing this channel for a while, he spent some time explain to me that I need to own it. I can't always do that which is most egalitarian and reject any hierarchy, because that's just rejecting reality. There are such hierarchies. They do exist. I do have additional power and capital because of my position as a YouTuber for some reason, So there's no point in denying it. That's an example of Beta Quadra benefiting Alpha Quadra. Is like, hey, Alpha Quadra, look, remember, it's a dog eat dog world out there, and that's how shit goes sometimes, Yeah, it's unfortunate they use the words alpha and beta in describing the quadras, because that mixes up with the whole alpha male beta male thing, but it's totally unrelated to it. It has nothing at all to do with it. So it's a little frustrating they didn't pick, instead of alpha, beta, delta, and gamma, why not pick epsilon, delta, gamma, and zeta or something like that. It would have been better. But the best adjective for the gammas and the deltas. Well, the gammas are the will of fire. They're the Hidden Leaf Village's will of fire. That's the gammas. The deltas are deltas are the most particularist quadra, I would say. I guess they're the same amount of particularist as the gammas, but Cloud, you are a master of shapeshifting. I've always said that. When Cloud's in the room, you never know if he's square, triangular, or circular, or what. What's a timocracy? Government by Tim? If a guy named Tim is in charge, it's called a timocracy. I gotta look that up. Timocracy. Oh. A form of government in which only property owners may participate in government. More extreme forms of timocracy, power derived entirely from wealth with no regard for social or civic responsibility. Interesting. Timocracy. I like my well, I mean, that's the thing. Cloud is right to mock basic ass self-help YouTubers a lot of the time. The problem is he keeps trying to make this into one of those things. And I ain't like that, dog. I ain't weak like that, Tim Crampton, my boyfriend in high school, he had a timocracy that involved rum and coke. Nice boy, looked like Keanu Reeves, now has a long history of drug use, said. I'm projecting my reality onto whom, Cloud? Or do you just mean projecting it onto the internet? Like from a projector? Or what do you really mean is I'm broadcasting my reality too much? That's what I'm doing. I'm not really projecting it, I'm broadcasting it. I can't believe that YouTube shut down my last live stream for no reason at all and was wrong and said I was using copyright material and I totally wasn't. What is up with that? Huh? What is up with that? Why are they doing that? He thinks we are fighting or something? I don't think we're fighting. When did I ever say that? I said you make a good foil. That by coming in and making provocative statements like Eric is predicting his own reality too much and he's in his own bubble, thanks for fighting or something. That by your long-standing habit of making provocative statements like that, you make a good foil for me. You give me something to argue against, right? I didn't do anything. I mean, seriously, there was no music playing. There was no other video playing in the background. There was absolutely nothing that could possibly have been considered copyrighted material. And I was just standing there and explaining how I was taking advantage of the unfair reality that men have, which is we're allowed to show our breasts on the TV, but women aren't, you know. I was just sort of joking around about that. And Fate Wind was objectifying me. And then and then it just said copyrighted material. And that's it. No, that was an earlier stream, and that passed muster A-OK. Yeah, it's a good point there, Skygear. Maybe. Yeah, what you're talking about there, Cloud, is called manifesting. It's something that NI people believe in. That my approach to things invokes somewhat too, but in a much more NI way. A lot of NI people believe in manifesting. So in other words, Cloud, she followed you on Instagram. All of a sudden, she had a complete mental breakdown and became wrong and said that you were right about everything all along? Wow. That's your vision? That's your dream? Cloud, I want you to be happy right now. I've got a vision for reality for you right now. You're okay, mister. You're okay just the way you are. Yes, law of attraction, whatever, Winston's mom. It's more complicated than that, Missy, and NI people all over the world. It's a little bit more complicated than that. I don't believe in your nothing is wrong with you philosophy. Okay, well, what's wrong with you then, Cloud? If all intuitives are nuts, is it the case that intuition itself is nuts? No. Oh, okay. This was just one of your manifestations. So I should assume that all of your words are. Oh, I see. I see what you're saying about manifestation. Okay, good for you. I've made plenty of correct predictions in my day too, but I can guarantee you this, Cloud. There are a lot of people who use magic in the world. Cloud is just fulfilling his destiny as my foil. Somebody's got to say ridiculous things. You know, it's not going to be me, obviously. Amgen. Okay. Everything's been crashing for a while now. Everything's been crashing to my heart. I've been crashing when I go to bed, and how we be crashing when we drive into the smart. These are very, very, very long scissors. These are very, very long scissors. I bet you don't have scissors this long. I've got very long scissors. I got them at Harbor Freight. I saw them there one day. I was like, "Ooh, those scissors are so long. I have to get them." And I did. It's like, if you have to cut something that's very long, it's good to have some very long scissors, like I have here. I'm getting hungry for lunch. I need Rachel to wake up so that we can go get some lunch. And then I do want to go camp fishing today. Yeah. We talked about it yesterday. We talked about Mom yesterday about Kitty's fine. My dad's fine, busy. I don't know if he noticed it or not. He hasn't said anything about it yet. I don't know if those other platforms are going to really maintain a significant market share against YouTube or not. YouTube remains, as far as I'm concerned, the only really video platform that matters. But I get that if I were gaming, I would think. When I think about streaming gaming, I think about Twitch. I never heard of Mixer before. I don't know what Valorant is. So I'm feeling impatient to get the day going, but I am such a I watched some more shit about him yesterday. I'm not interested in doing either of those things. The reality is nobody watches those things. People watch YouTube. You're here. You're not there. Why? Everybody who's here on YouTube saying to me, have I tried these other streaming platforms? Why are you here instead of there? It's the same reason I'm here instead of there. Well, I'm just not a gamer, Cloud. So I'm never going to do a lot of gaming live streams. I'm a talker. This is my game. I have done some gaming live streams before, but I'm not right now. Yeah. Okay. Hello, down here. I can take you. Okay, she bit her lip. Gotcha. No problem. She bit her lip. Okay, and they called the doctor? No, they didn't. Okay, hold on 1 second. I just want you to ask any other questions. All right, she bit her lip. That's through blood, apparently. He doesn't say. Did she draw blood when she bit her lip? It's a lot of sadness going on. I can't really hear you. I said, did she draw blood when she bit her lip? Oh, yes, she did. Okay, yes, she did. All right, so they did not need to call the doctor? Correct. You did not call the doctor, right? We didn't yet, but we will. I mean, we're not suggesting you should. He just wants to know if you did. I don't know. Okay, fine. So, no, they did not call the doctor. Oh, okay, great. All right. Was she trying to bite someone when she bit her lip? Was she trying to bite someone when she bit her lip? Hello? Was she trying to? She was trying to bite someone else when she bit her lip? No. When I woke her up this morning to get ready for breakfast, she kind of does the hissing thing and like she chomped down on her teeth. Oh yeah. As she was trying to chomp down on her teeth, she bit her lip. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. Cool. I know. It's just okay. Thank you. Thank you for calling and telling me. All right. Thanks. Bye. So he said she was doing that thing. And she bit her lip. Yeah, she knows that. Yeah, and she was doing that. Kitty, you're going to the party. Yeah. Good job, Kitty. Way to go. Or she's found a worm. One of the other. Maybe. Okay, thank you. Sure, no problem. So, I mean, this won't violate copyright stuff because this is a webcam live stream. So, it's a video. Yeah, I'm not gonna play it right now. No, mom's fine. See you later, Cloud. She's fine. This place calls us every time she fucking sneezes. It's ridiculous. They're constantly calling us. And, my dad loves to have problems like this to solve. I understand when they call, oh, it's insignificant, it doesn't matter that. It's just she scratched herself, she bit herself again. It's like any little teeny thing they'll call about. So I recognize it as not something worth caring about, but he recognizes it as an opportunity to TE, you know? So, I do the best I can to do my desire to be FE aware that the person on the other end of the phone is just trying to inform us of something really quick and get off the phone. And now they've got this long conversation trying to make themselves understood to my dad, who finally can't understand them and brings the phone out here to me so I can understand them. It's this FE that I got to deal with because I'm trying to be concerned for the FE of the person on the phone, but also for the FE of my dad, who is having fun with a problem to solve now. Yeah, cover your ass, right? My dad understands that too, but he doesn't apply any NI rules like that. Oh, the best adjective, right? I forgot about that. Thank you for bringing that topic back around. Can Christopher Purdue. I think that warm for Alpha Quadra and Imperious for Beta Quadra are great. Cloud, I'd be a fool to believe you this time. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, shame on me again. And fool me 4 times, well, then I'm just really dumb. I'll see you later. You can see the exasperation in my face. Well, because the thing is, I explained it, the FETE thing. That's adjectives for gammas and deltas. So, warm, imperious. I would say the gamma is probably the best adjective is willful for gamma quadrant. Willful and I'd say the best adjective for delta quadra is, you can see the willfulness in Cloud, right? This is influencing my description of gamma quadra right now. Willful. Okay, Cloud. Thank you. Thank you for the insults. Appreciate it. Well, I don't really have a good TE polar test. I suspect that if I had somebody in my physical presence, I could give them TE tests that would involve solving physical problem. Yeah, I know. It's time to stop hanging out with us mere mortals, Cloud. You are a prophet, a genius, a demigod, you might say. It's going to necessarily bore you because we're mere mortals. We don't have your kind of incredible powers or vision or insight, and we never will. I'm doing the best I can for a regular human being, but for a superhuman like you, Cloud, it's going to seem like I'm just never growing at all. I'm just growing really slowly compared to you. Come on, cut me some slack, buddy. I still gotta go. I know I didn't get it. I need to go to IRS and put in some information and stuff. Willful for gammas and delta. Thank you for bringing me back on task. And Krishna, sorry for going again. Delta quadra. Loving? They're the most genuinely caring quadra. Or caring, I guess, is better than loving. They care. So those are my 4 adjectives. If I had to pick just one adjective for each one, I'm going with warm for alpha. I'm going imperious with beta. I'm going willful with gamma, and I'm going caring with delta. Of course, what's funny is delta quadrant is not going to be considered in general. It's like ISFJs, ESTJs are considered caring. ISTJs and ESTJs really care. They really care. Imbuchment, what's that word mean? Am I learning a new word? Let me see what that is. Imbuchment. I've never heard that word before. I like it. Imbuchment. The opening of one blood vessel into another. Huh. You know, Winston's mom, you seem to have cued into a word that it just begs to be used metaphorically, right? It probably currently isn't being used metaphorically much, and it's that's true. I like your description there. ESTP sexiness comes from a tough, no messing around with me vibe. ESFP sexiness comes from a being charming, I don't give a fuck, but give a fuck about you, seducer vibe. Right. ESFPs will look you right in the eye and you're my FI right now. That's Gamma Quadra. I think he got that backwards there, Nicholas Watson. The only one that fits for is INTJ. INTJs are the only real thinkers of the quadra. I mean, there's INTJs. Look, you're sort of bridge types. You're your bridge types, right? Like Sky Gear nails it. Sky Gear nails it. Half of alpha is useless metaphysical shit. The other half of alpha is useless physical shit. It's all wall signs and the actual intellectual work that trickles down very, very distantly into wall signs. The origin of wall signs and wall signs. Oh, that's funny. That's a good one, Sky Gear. Embushment. CJ O'Connell's back. Thank God. We were missing him. Where's CJ? Where's CJ? Where's CJ? Everybody was saying. Delta, Firth, Gill, Nature, Delta, Gills, Yaps, Firths, Flytrap, Delta. Mouth, Yap, and Aperture. Well, I just like the idea of, what is it, like connecting two veins together so that the flow goes? Ashton Kutcher is an ENFP. Sounds like the name of a band. Ashton Kutcher's ENFP is a good name for a band. It's not clear if you mean Ashton Kutcher is or Ashton Kutcher has one. There's a little bit of ambiguity that really makes it pop. Ashton Kutcher's ENFP. It's a good band name, right? CJ O'Connell, you want to be in that band, don't you? You'd like to be in that band with me and Karan Krishna Sarvagoo called Ashton Kutcher's ENFP. It's gonna be me, CJ O'Connell, Ken Krishna, Simon Pagoo. Sky Gear, you can play percussion. Winston's mom, you can be the MC. And we'll form a band. He owns his ENFP hood. You know, one thing that reminds me, like, we're all sensitive. We're all very sensitive and prone to being hurt, especially by our significant other. So, like, yesterday, I asked Rachel if I could exclude her from the typing without really explaining ahead of time why I wanted to exclude her, which was, okay, Matthew, you're in on the triangle. Triangle plus dancing like those girls do when they go like this. You know? Wow, Nicholas Watson, that's Alpha Quadrant. That's only true for half of Alpha Quadrant. Because every quadrant's got two feelers and two thinkers in it. So the four types that have extroverted intuition, introverted thinking, introverted sensing, and extroverted feeling in the front stack, those four types are ENTP, INTP, ESFJ, ISFJ. That's called Alpha Quadrant. It's not the case that ESFJs think first and feel second, for sure. It's not the case that ISFJs think first and feel second. So it is the case that both ENTPs and INTPs are fundamentally warm social people who want to be liked and who want to make other people happy. So anyway, the reason I was excluding her was because of technical reasons. We have one set of headphones that works here, and I have one extender thing that's not very long, and I could include her, but that would require me to work the mute button all the time to make sure that we don't get echo. But that's much more complicated to do when Isaiah Rude's in the mix too. There's a third person on thing. So in order to avoid having to do that mute, unmute thing, and or get echo, I asked her if I could exclude her from the typing yesterday for technical reasons, basically. Mostly because since there was a third person there, it makes the muting thing a lot more complicated. And at the end of the typing session, she had intuited some other reasons why I might want to exclude her. We're gonna go get some headphones. I mean, we just haven't gotten around to it yet. So yeah, I mean the thing is, TI DOMs have very sensitive FI. TI tool users have very sensitive FI. I think ESTPs and ENTPs both are very sensitive and get our feelings hurt very easily. Now, granted, we develop armor that, in this instance, is basically manifests as constraining your feelings to as few parties as possible, so that there are only a few people who can hurt my feelings. Really, is it possible for me to get my feelings hurt? Yes, but it has to be. It can only possibly come from a few different spots. There are people who are really close to me, or if there are people here in the live chat right now, friends. When I come to it's all about the prime directive again. When I come to expect somebody to be an ally, it's possible for them to hurt my feelings when they're not. If I perceive them as not being one again, Again, I read that again from your comment, CJ O'Connell. My visual field is interfering with my mental field. Well, See, I don't like that. Okay, Garrett. I'm not, and I think that had to do with SI, what kind of environment you brought up in, what kind of things. Gentle ribbing is fine, but I find that sort of stuff gets beyond gentle ribbing very quickly. I got angry at my second wife's family for being mean to each other, basically. Saying mean things to each other. I don't think it's acceptable. I wasn't raised in a family where that was acceptable at all. That with your family, you don't say mean things to each other no matter what, whether you're joking or not. It's just not okay, And so I'm extra sensitive, I guess. I don't know. But the idea that just because you're FI polar is you're insensitive, I'm insensitive to other people. I don't care about other people's feelings at all. That doesn't mean I'm not sensitive. I'm super sensitive. With like Rachel, you can just say a couple of things and it could, crush me in a second. I'm relying on my partner to be a good partner in the map making and keeping department, not in the reality making and keeping department, right? So it's like, I want us always to say the right words and to be on the same terms about what statuses we agree on and so forth. But, FI inferiors think very unstable. When you're talking about ENTJs and ESTJs, my dad has a weird relationship with FI. Like he has, to the extent that he makes generalizations, it would be about people using their feelings in the wrong spot. He doesn't make a lot of generalizations. And that's something I realized when earlier stream, or maybe earlier in this stream, somebody said, it was in an earlier stream, they said something about like, does NI polar lead to a lack of generalizations? And yeah, kind of it does. It does seem to do that. All of a sudden, I'm tired. It's the way of my life. I'm looking forward to getting amphetamines again. I'm ready to be on for a stretch time, have an extended period of energy. This be awake for a few hours, nap, be awake, nap, sleep fitfully during the night, sort of. It's annoying. It prevents me from really getting a lot of shit done. Like, I know I want to go camp fishing today, but I got to get motivated here. And it's like, the other thing is I'm such a relationship person. I really can't begin to get motivated until Rachel gets up. Then I can motivate because I have my partner there. Yeah, I refer to busting chops is a good term for that, but it's. I don't like it. That's it. I just don't like it. I gotta wrap this up. Kitty, will you stop playing In and Out, Kitty? I bust Kitty's chops sometimes for playing In and Out, Kitty. She wants to go in the door, out the door, in the door, out the door. It's like, Kitty, come on now. You're killing me here. I'm not your fucking doorman. So anyway, I gotta wrap this up because I'm starving all of a sudden. And I go from not hungry to starving to almost dead in like 15 minutes. So you talk about unstable function. Here's my SI for you. All right, thanks for being here. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.